The welfare crisis is probably the gravest political crisis faced so far by Keir Starmer, a rebellion over welfare reform that exposes fractures at the heart of his government. It's no small dispute, it's a test of authority, political management, and Labour's very identity as the party of the welfare state. And so far, Keir Starmer is failing. As of this week, over 120 Labour MPs, more than half of the party's backbenchers, have publicly signed an amendment trying to halt the government's welfare bill. These MPs, spanning from old Labour left to new intake centrists, say the bill will deepen poverty, damage disability rights, and violate Labour's moral obligations. And their amendment is no polite revision, it's a reasoned amendment that would kill the bill outright, stopping it in its tracks. And the numbers are damning for Downing Street. Even with a massive working majority of 165, Starmer cannot pass the bill if these rebels vote against him, joined by the opposition. Why is Starmer so determined? The government argues the welfare system is broken and unsustainable, with costs projected to rise by almost £20 billion over the decade. Personal independent payments, PIP, have risen from 2 million to 3.7 million recipients in just 5 years. Starmer warns this is equivalent to adding a city the size of Leicester every year. He claims there's a moral imperative to reform, to stop trapping people on benefits, to make work pay, and to preserve a safety net for the truly vulnerable. The Chancellor has staked her own fiscal strategy on these savings, £5 billion a year by 2030. What is actually proposed? Key elements include scrapping the work capability assessment and merging it into the stricter PIP system, tightening eligibility to prove more serious need for help with basic daily tasks. For universal credit, the health top-up for new claimants would be halved from 2026. Critics argue this will push 250,000 people, including 50,000 children, into poverty, while disability charities warn of devastating impacts on people with fluctuating conditions. Even after late concessions protecting current claimants, future applicants face what many call a two-tier system with different levels of support for identical disabilities. How did this blow up so badly? Many Labour MPs accused Number 10 of arrogance and poor party management. Meetings were held, they say, but meaningful listening was absent. Some signatories were passed over for ministerial jobs last year and now see an opportunity to assert their independence. But it is more profound than mere personal grievance. Welfare policy is to many Labour MPs what Europe was to the Conservatives, a totemic defining cause. This is the party that fought Thatcher's cuts, that built the post-war welfare state itself. For many MPs, these reforms amount to betraying that heritage. So Starmer faces a stark choice: withdraw the bill and humiliate the government, leaving a fiscal hole and raising questions about his authority, or press ahead risking defeat in the Commons, or worse, relying on Conservative votes to pass a Labour bill cutting disability benefits. Kemi Badenoch has already offered that support at a price, knowing full well it would damage Labour. Such a scenario would be toxic. A Labour Prime Minister passing austerity with Tory backing. The optics alone could poison relations with the parliamentary party for years. This rebellion is about more than welfare reform. It's a test of Starmer's leadership. Accused by rebels of being too managerial, too remote, and not listening to MPs who delivered his landslide. It's also a moment of reckoning for Labour's soul. Is it possible to be a party of fiscal restraint while protecting the poorest? Can it sell austerity to its own MPs? And finally, it's about competence. This government has already U-turned on winter fuel cuts and grooming gangs inquiries. To fail here on a flagship bill would call into question whether it can govern at all. As one rebel MP put it, this is not just policy, it's survival. For Starmer, Rachel Reeves, and Labour's fragile unity, this week is nothing less than existential.